Hey, everybody. Welcome to another highlight interview. Today, we have an international guest, Andrew Gaikwad, which I've known for a few months now. So Andrew is the founder of Canix, which is a white label agency, which also works with direct clients in multiple niches. And this agency is very special because they are very broad. They don't just niche down in one thing, but they can do multiple fulfillment for a variety of agencies, including HVAC, dentist, real estate, carpet cleaners, etc. So hey Andrew, how are you doing today, man?
I'm doing good. Thank you for having me on this. Thank you for the interview.
Of course. So tell us a little more, how do you get started into entrepreneurship, into business ownership in general?
All right. So I started about 4 years ago. I was in the IT space. In IT corporate, we were working with normal clients and stuff like that in a multinational company. I eventually got bored of it and I started searching for ways of making money online. So the first thing I started doing was writing a blog. So I used to travel a bit. So I started writing my travel blog, and because of that, I got into SEO. From SEO, I thought I like online marketing more, so then took a course on digital marketing online itself. Once I did that, I realized there are multiple avenues like paid traffic and SEO, Google PPC, Facebook ads. So out of that, I picked just Facebook ads, and then I started off as freelancing. With freelancing, what I did was join multiple groups like the ClickFunnels group, start helping people on the comments. Once I started helping people on the comments, they started reaching out for me to manage their ads. And that's how it started. So started off with helping people in the ClickFunnels group and got my first client there.
Oh, amazing, man. And quick question, what made you switch from SEO blogging, which might be more passive, than the agency, which is more hands-on, more involved?
Because on SEO, it's more of a long-term process. And I was doing that for myself. And when I wanted to do it for clients, it was like clients wanted results immediately. To convince them that it takes 3 to 6 months to see results with SEO and not see any return in the beginning was a problem. So that's why we started off by offering paid ad services. So we started off with Facebook and they started seeing results immediately. So then we thought, why not? And then we systemized our internal team so that we can have multiple clients.
Amazing. And I see that many agency owners, especially the ones who are starting, they are pretty much almost ironclad with their niche. So they say, okay, I'm going to do this niche, and they never stray, they never go away from that. So in your case, you've done it a little differently, because I know Canix works very diverse, right? You take a lot of content in multiple verticals. So may I ask, why did you decide going broad and not just niching down into real estate or HVAC?
So that happened coincidentally. So when we started off as our company, it ideally was a partnership with a doctor in the US. So I worked directly with him, where me and my team handled the fulfillment. He did the sales. We reached quite a decent number with his clients. And suddenly out of the blue, he decided to stop working with us, saying that he wanted to hire a VA. So it was a 50-50 partnership, and it then eventually became like a role of a VA, and then that fizzled out. So then I realized that people want resources and they want fulfillment to be done for them, but they don't want to do it themselves. Even that being said, they want it at an affordable margin. So I realized that that's just one agency. There might be multiple other agencies wanting the same thing, where they just focus on sales and we focus on fulfillment. So then from there, I started reaching out to people and positioned my offer as, we can help you scale your agency where you're completely hands-off fulfillment. You just take care of the clients. So that way we started getting more traction. And then we started onboarding agencies right from them having one client. And then we took them successfully to 10, 20, 30 clients as well.
Nice. So that means that an agency can give you easily 10, 15, 20 clients easily, right?
Yes.
Oh, that's
we
great.
have a lot of industries that we work in. So as long as it's in those niches and they're okay with working with our process, then yes.
Nice. And what was the turning point? Like, what was the point where you were like pushing hard and doing the work, and when you actually had your breakthrough, when you either hit your best month or, I don't know, grew the team? What was that turning point for you?
Paid ads. So starting client acquisition with paid ads was the turning point ideally. And also the other thing me being in India, closing clients in the US was a big barrier at the beginning. So what I did to get over the barrier was join coaching programs, because when, for example, if I'm reaching out to an agency in the US and they don't know who I am, they may or may not look at me, and the majority of the reputation in countries like India and Pakistan are like they're just going in it for the money and they want to scam me. So I had that barrier that I wanted to get over. So for that, I joined coaching programs. Now if I and you are in the same coaching program, you don't see from where I am, you will just see the results and you'll have a direct discussion with me. So it was a level playing field, and then that's how I started getting more clients.
Gotcha. So yeah, I'm from Peru, so I've been in the same shoes, even though I live in the US, but still people have told me a lot that, they don't think it's worth it, it's a scam. I've been there in your shoes. So definitely joining a coaching program helps you being at the same level, right? Like you go from being an outsider to being in the same playing field. So definitely, is there any coaching program specifically? No, this is not a plug for them. This is not the main topic of discussion, but any specific that you recommend? This guy, you need to go with them. You need to go with these guys.
Yeah, Ravi Abuwala's coaching program has been really good. Yeah,
gotcha.
That was one of the first coaching programs that I got into.
Yeah, Ravi Abuwala is definitely great. He knows a lot about systems scaling, paid traffic. I think you met him in person, is that right?
Yes, he had come to India, and that's where we had met in person as well. Yes.
Nice. How did that feel?
Yeah, it was really good. He was there, Raj was there. There were other agency owners from India as well, so it was pretty good.
Was Raj Dua there too as well?
Yes.
Nice. So right now, what Knix does is, Knix has consolidated as an agency that pretty much is the agency of agencies, right? So
Correct.
You help other people fulfill their clients. So you don't have to do the sales. You don't have to do a lot of direct selling. It's more they do the sales. You're the fulfillment, right?
Correct.
And may I ask, what are the challenges and barriers that come with being that fulfillment partner? Like, is there more pressure on the delivery side than?
So the challenges is the main thing is, if the main agency does not set the right expectations with the clients, then that falls back on our pipeline. So we have dependencies on agencies to get our clients, right? So if I sign on an agency and they set unrealistic expectations with their clients, then they lose the client, even though they're getting leads and stuff like that. But then it looks bad on us, because then we don't have the client for the next month.
Right, absolutely. So is that a conversation that you have with the agency owner? Like, what can they say? What can they not promise?
Yeah, so before they sign on a client, we ideally like to get on a call with them. We explain to them what the expectations are realistically, what kind of systems are going to be in place, because we also set up Go High Level on the back end for the agencies. So both of that, what the client can expect, we let them know upfront along with the guarantee. So then they can go ahead and set the right expectations.
Gotcha. So for an agency owner who is just starting out and has 2, 3, 4 clients, what would you recommend to them? Because I know you have many clients, so you have experience in managing a wide bunch of people. What are your recommendations? What are your tips for them?
So for them, I would just suggest that they need to not stop prospecting once they have clients, because what I have seen is a lot of agency owners get to the point where they have 3, 4, 5 clients and they forget to prospect. So then they just get busy with fulfillment, or they get busy with hiring, and they are stopping their channel of prospecting. So the channel of prospecting should never stop. That should keep going. Otherwise, they will see roller coaster growth, where at some months they are at 10 clients, the next month they're back at 2, then they realize they need to prospect, then they're back up at 10 again. And the other thing I would say is, the moment you can afford to invest as low as $40 a day, start your paid ads.
Nice. So paid ads for you was a game changer, right?
Yeah.
And let me ask you this, for fulfillment, do you recommend using virtual assistants and train them, or do you recommend hiring media buyers? People who are more high level?
It depends on how you're comfortable, because with the VA, what we've seen is you need to give them very specific instructions. And as long as the instructions are clear, everything is done perfectly. But if you do not want to do, or if you miss out on that, you don't like to create SOPs, or you don't have someone that can ideally manage them, because then again, what happens is, if they make a mistake, it comes on you. It's obviously your responsibility. So you have to have either you managing them or have someone else managing them. So if you don't have that person and you don't have the time to do it, then it makes more sense either to white label or hire a media buyer that has complete knowledge from beginning to end and can take strategic decisions.
Yes, I agree on that. I think when you're starting out, you should not focus a lot on fulfillment. I mean, you should not focus on fulfillment at all. You should definitely white label, right? And then once you're 10 clients consistently or more, that's where you can think about hiring a media buyer. Now, do you have any client who is like big, who has a lot, who gives you a lot of clients, but they still white label, like they still work with the white label option?
Yes, we have one that's up to 45 clients with us. We had one that had we started with them at one client and they reached 60 clients. Once they reached 60 clients, they wanted to hire a team in-house. So we then trained their internal team on how to handle the entire process and then taught them our process and handed over all the clients to them internally as well. So we do that as a service as well, where we can come and train your existing media buying team on the processes and stuff like that.
Gotcha. Awesome, man. So let me ask you this: besides the never stop prospecting and join a coaching programs, what other 2 or 3 very specific golden nuggets would you give an agency owner who is watching this, or who is gonna watch this, and who is starting their agency? They wanna know more about what to do, because you've been there. You manage, obviously, if you've managed 45 clients, you are obviously way beyond that 10-15 stage. So what are your recommendations?
I would give them a tips on prospecting. So ideally, if you don't have money to invest on paid ads, you can do cold SMS. The way to do it on Go High Level is set up a manual SMS campaign and make sure that you're recording your screen whenever you hit the send button. So that way it is still legal and you're not sending out automations that is illegal to a cold list. When you're doing that, make sure that you're targeting industries that have directly a decision maker. So ideally, home service professionals, most of them give their direct number. Real estate professionals give their direct number online. So when you're scraping lists, the person that you're going to speak to is most likely the decision maker. So look for those industries ideally to begin with if you don't have money to advertise and you still want to prospect faster, because SMS gets you the fastest response. After that, I would suggest searching on Instagram and doing Instagram DMs. That also is most likely managed by the decision maker. Those are the 2 things that have helped us as well in the prospecting space.
Gotcha. And for that SMS, because I know that cold mass texting is illegal, but how do you do that, like one-by-one text? Like do you need to have a VA doing that one-by-one, or are you personally?
Yes. So it's up to you. If you don't have anyone doing it, then you can do it yourself. So ideally on Go High Level, you need to upload the entire list and then add them to your campaign. On the campaign, the first step should be manual SMS. And then you can have under the manual actions tab, when you click get started for that particular campaign, it will give you the SMS already in the chat box. So you just have to click the send button.
Gotcha. I mean, man, that's definitely golden. I've done that actually when was prospecting for real estate niche, and it definitely works. It can get you your first clients when you have no money. How about paid ads? At what point should you start the paid ads? Do you recommend as soon as possible, as soon as you can, or when you are at a certain revenue number?
As soon as possible, as soon as you can afford $40 a day.
Gotcha. Yeah, that's something I agree, because a lot of coaches say, no, you wait, you're 20K, 30K per month run ads. I actually interviewed Dr. Connor Robertson, who actually has the opposite approach. He never ran ads. He just went organic. And obviously that's an approach. What do you think about just going organic? If you're an agency owner, would you just do organic outreach?
Yeah, I would reach out to Dr. Connor and ask him to do it for you, because he's good at what he does. So basically, you need to have a bigger system where you're sending 300 to 500 emails a day. So if you're a one-man operation, it's difficult to do it. So you have to hire a service to do it for you, or you need to build that process out internally.
Exactly. So it's either having the manpower to do the cold outreach at scale, or replacing that with paid ads. Ideally both, right? Having both.
Yeah, perfect thing would be both.
Awesome, man. So I mean that was all for today. But before we wrap up, any additional thought or idea or comment you would like to have about these topics in general?
One last
thought.
Yeah, don't give up too soon. It takes time, because it took me about 3 to 4 months to get my first client. So once that happens, you then build up confidence. The more sales calls that you take and the more rejections that you face, the better your process would be eventually. So that's what you need to do. Just show up every day.
That's important, and never give up too soon, because some people that you see who are 10, 20K, 30K, sometimes what you don't see is that it's taken them years, right? You see, you did zero to 10K in 2 months, but in reality, that's what the coaches say to sell their programs, more of that. In reality, it can take years. So don't feel bad if it takes like 0 to 10K in 1 year. That's normal.
Correct.
That's expected.
Yeah.
So thanks a lot, man, for being here. You drove some golden nuggets as well. So thanks a lot. If you have any questions, you can reach out to Andrew Gaikwad through the Facebook. Thanks a lot for your time again, man.
Thank you.
Thanks everyone for watching. Bye.